God. Hello. How's it going? Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're doing okay. Please don't make anything fit. Please use your own discernment. This is not going to be 110% for everybody who's here. But if you're open to it, this might be helpful to you. If you want to take a deep breath, you can. 1, 2, 3. So, whoever I'm talking to, you've definitely been going through a lot of changes. You've definitely been making some shifts, making some adjustments. And you could be experiencing a lot of anxiety recently. And whoever this is for, I do feel as though you've been taking time to sit with that, to try to understand it, rather than just like pushing through it, rather than just like, you know, suppressing or ignoring, which, very good choice. Let's go on purpose here, what do we need to hear? Yeah, you're doing a lot better than you think you are. So try to stop with male roses. Let's try to appreciate the progress that you've been making, because you're making a lot of progress. And there might have been something that came to an end. We have the Tower, Aries energy, Scorpio energy, Mars energy. It wasn't a loss, but really, you just dropped dead weight. So once again, there could have been something that you walked away from, something could have walked away from you. Generally, something ended, and I feel like it definitely was a necessary thing, because whatever that thing was like taking up space, you know, and you don't need that. Like whoever I'm talking to, I feel like you're in a space where you need to have people around you that support you and nourish you the way that you support and nourish others. Because I feel like you might have surrounded yourself with people who kind of just took and took and took. And I think you were okay with this because you had the capacity to. But once again, there's a lot of things that you are focused on, or maybe not a lot, but at least one big thing that you're focused on that like needs your attention, needs your, you know what I mean? And we have success is already yours, coming with your actions. So I think you are doing that. I think you're showing up. I think you're being consistent. There might be some roadblocks here and there. There might be some frustrations here and there. You do have the devil, new levels, new devils. But I think for the most part, you're handling it very well. So once again, be proud of yourself. We have the song Cruella by Queen Harvey. Don't you just love grabbing life by the balls? You could be a songwriter, you could be an artist, a musician, you don't have to be, but that is something that's coming through. And maybe you've been waiting for some sort of breakthrough. I do see that coming, I do see that happening for you, as long as you continue to show up, as long as you continue to stay balanced. We have the Fool card, the Emperor, and the Strength. Yeah, once again, I feel like there's a lot of new energy, newness, if I can say it like that, in your life right now. And there's a really big need to stay grounded, stay balanced. Easier said than done, but that's, you know, what comes through, staying grounded, staying balanced. I really don't want to talk about this, and maybe you don't want to hear about this, but you could be experiencing some evil eye, if you want to call it that, some haterade from people who are supposed to be your friends. And that could be the people that you walked away from, the people that walked away from you. Like there's an energy of like non-reciprocation, like somebody kind of just, you know, soaking up your good energy. And once again, if you did leave them behind, if they did walk out of your life, that made space for more positivity, that made space for more love. I had an alarm go off. We had 4:04, 10:10 on the clock, if it makes a difference, if it means anything. And I pulled Revival / Rebirth, also Pisces energy, the Sun. And I'm hearing that Colby Cabot, however you say her name, Colby Cabot, I don't know how you say her name, but that woman with the beautiful voice, brighter than the sun, that's an energy. And this is something I feel like for some of you, not all of you, I feel like maybe you've been struggling with, like maybe you yourself have been noticing your own revived energy, if you want to say it like that, your own renewed energy. And maybe it's been a little bit jarring, maybe it's been a little bit weird to adjust to. But that's definitely a thing, like, and I feel like you've also been noticing it with Gemini energy. You've also been noticing it with the people that you once again call or called past tense your friends. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, it probably hurts a lot to notice other people feel weird about you shining and doing your thing, because you want to see everybody win. You want to see everybody do their best. And I don't know, I think you've taken a lot of time in the past, like trying to understand why people behave the way that they do. You might study psychology, you might really get into like things of consciousness and like the mind and stuff. But you know, I feel like that's still a sore spot for you, for most of you. You know, understanding that some people are stuck in their own trauma, stuck in their own pain, you know. And that the idea of like encouraging somebody who triggers their pain, I lost my momentum with that sentence. Yeah, there's people in the world, and you've probably encountered a lot of them, who hold a lot of resentment, hold a lot of bitterness towards other people, specifically people who like seemingly are doing better than them, but societal standards would say it should not, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's also a thing, like whoever I'm talking to, if this is resonating for you, like I feel like you definitely do shatter a lot of expectations. A lot of people look at you on the physical, like on the surface, and like expect certain things from you, whether positive or negative. And once again, I feel like you definitely shatter a lot of people's expectations, and it's something you've learned or been learning or are learning how to navigate, because, you know, you're not one to be put into a box. You're not one to limit yourself based off of human understanding. You know, yes, you're in a human vessel, but like, you're low-key not human. So it's really frustrating when people don't want to or aren't able to see that for what it is, you know. And it's not to put you on a pedestal, you know. You're not alone in this. You're not necessarily, like, I don't want to say you're not special, but you're not special in that sense, because there's lots of other people who exist in that way, but you specifically, you know what I mean? Like, you definitely do make people double check? I had to think about that for a second. I don't know what the phrase is, but you definitely make people think twice, you know? And I think that's one of the things that is getting you to your next level up. We have breakthrough again, energetic upgrades, also dragons, if that resonates for you. So you might have a lot of spiritual protection around you at this time, and that's also, keep that up. But yeah, I feel like your ability to break the mold, to be unexpected, is really gonna push you forward. And one thing I would suggest is like, I feel like this is one of the things you might have been working on, but if you haven't, I would suggest energy management, like making sure that you are, you know, asking not, is this doable, but is this sustainable? You know, rest is important. Like, I know you want to be a hustler, I know you want to be in your Capricorn energy, you want to like, go get them, but make sure that you're allowing space for, and allowing time for downtime. That was a redundant sentence, but you know what I mean. Allowing time for rest, allowing time for leisure, for pleasure even. And when I say pleasure, I don't just mean sex. But if that resonates, whatever. And yeah, I hope this was helpful, I hope this was useful. I hope you know miracles happen all the freaking time if you believe. And whatever you're going through is temporary. You should try to keep your head up, keep your motherfucking spirits high, because everything is temporary. I can't promise you too much, but I can promise you that. So take care of yourself, stay hydrated. I love you, bye.